Okay, let's see if this worked this time. Okay, sorry for being late. I thought it was live and I wasn't live. Hello, everybody. I am going to start a new game because the last game I was playing for myself. I heard like a error sound and I just never questioned to look at it, and I guess I really should have. I am mad. It is mercy. May the god pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. Okay. I didn't notice that last time. It looked like there was something there. Feels silly that I've already done this and didn't realize that I wasn't even live on stream. This reminds me of like a candle at like a fancy restaurant. Burn bright candle.
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen.
I wonder if there's snakes in those baskets.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
Thank you for the donation, Snickerdoodles. 83, I really appreciate it.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader.
Like, why can you open this, but you can't, like, look in it? What's the point of
Been
that?
too long since I've slept in a bed. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you are already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Oh, that's so much better.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Well, I can have my eloquence. I wish I could do that in real life.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
This guy just kind of sounds like Mel Gibson. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. I feel like I should up this. How many does it take? 4? It's a lot. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving the skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. Do you really want to validate the character points attribution?
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Ooh.
I'm coming.
Just hang up on that lady. She's gonna be pissed.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Well, leave
You're
then.
free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
So was that thing in my dream?
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Okay, shipping labels. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address, Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report, it says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on a domestic accident, but they, nevertheless, insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Back then, they used to always say, like, women were insane anytime anything happened. It's pretty typical.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Okay.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side.
Quiet down.
Let's
Stop
sum things up.
being loud
An
about
artist
it.
dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Don't I need money to get me to the Darkwater?
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Okay, so books.
I used to be an avid reader.
Is that this book? The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Does that do something for me?
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water.
If not, the game's over, right? I mean, then we're just done.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
If we ever get it out of dark water, that is. Maybe it won't even matter.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Does this lead to like a crapper or something? I'm just gonna leave all these cabinets open. It's my office. Really, I didn't have to do anything. I'm just on the boat. I wanted to go through like a whole struggle of like getting the boat and talking somebody into bringing me. I really want to see who does the voice of this guy.
We're almost there.
It's not Mel Gibson. Sure sounded like him. Figured, why would he do this but not the Mad Max game?
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
You brought me.
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Why do we want to look at that carcass?
Please, move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
Yeah, what are you doing,
See how
Sully?
old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something...
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Okay, let's see here.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice.
That sounds like
Now,
a threat.
please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
You shysters?
They can't understand.
So can I not get over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're all
He's gonna
blocking
get
it.
us into trouble.
Ooh, what do we got here?
This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Don't be judgy about his fishing equipment. Hey, it's a grapper. If you'll pardon me. You don't have any toilet paper in here.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Wow, volume 2. The second volume teaches ethics and good practices. A good practice to medical staff. So I'm just gonna steal his stuff.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
You know, can't walk that way. It's a weird candle. You're just gonna stand like that forever?
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
The terms... Okay, Captain. The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier, Cat. What is this?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
He said it was on a table. Next, no.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Where did he just like disappears? Oh, never mind, he walked. Place is pretty beat up.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Okay.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Oh, that was what was up there.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
That makes sense, I guess.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Maybe I could have helped you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Ooh, can I take that? No. Hey, they're out of the way now. I should go to the bar, though, I suppose. You guys looking creepy out here? Is that just your vibe you're going for? Gross. Ah,
Hey, be careful.
I wonder if that's that cat lady.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
I don't really have much of either of those.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Oh. Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Yeah, say it some more.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
These guys don't have, like, Boston accents.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've seen one of them.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Can I kick this guy's chair again? This guy looks down in the dumps.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Do you like our song?
Not really.
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch. You shouldn't talk about the dead like that. We're not speaking ill. We're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk. There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
You guys helped me with nothing.
What? Another break?
One of those dead...
Can't you see that we're in the middle of a conversation? I told you to beat it.
When?
I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Just...
I told you to beat it.
Okay. It's very rude, but sure.
You have no right to treat us like this.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Oh, you like jokes, eh?
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Okay, let's see what these guys are doing first.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That's my business.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
How'd you get your booze?
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Probably not. Can I save this? No.
Why, you could tell me. No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
What happened to the statue of St. Brendan? Dreadful.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile of the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
Okay.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
Well,
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
I knew that wouldn't work. How do I open that thing? Is it J? I have two. Do you want to no? What's this dude doing?
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
I am.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
So
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
God. So rude.
Can't understand?
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Are these those guys from over there?
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
I'm glad I stuck around for that. Why are you standing here like this?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. If you want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Why do so many of you have the same face? That is my question. What do we got here? Find hidden items. The spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items in a close range. Who can read that fast?
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
It also looks really gross.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter.
The lever activates a mechanism.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Is that all I need? Ratchet device. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
I have a lighter? This cogwheel is part of a mechanism.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
How do I put this lighter away? Settings. Middle mouse button. Okay, let's mount the cogwheel.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
What do you mean you broke it? You were a failure.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Am I supposed to do something?
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Because I was never instructed on how to fight.
Ugh. I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Guys having a nice sip. Oh, there's that statue. I thought they said somebody destroyed it. Looks pretty normal to me.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in. I've no idea what it says.
Can I scale this? No.
Back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
She's very slow.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Can we walk faster? See, I'm just walking backwards and it's way faster.
That's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Told you I knew her. Smack that look off your face.
Be a gentleman and move that for me.
She gonna hit me or something? You have
That's how it's
a
done.
lock for your own
Do
warehouse?
I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
I thought you didn't trust me being here alone.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
To enter a reconstruction scene, hold those buttons.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
Is that... No, it's fish.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Oh, look at this person.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? What happened here?
God, you have a lot of questions, don't you?
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
So... to punch the mirror... Looks like they're afraid of this picture. I thought there was another thing too. That is kind of creepy. So now I have like no objectives. Can I burn this warehouse? So I owe her a favor just for this crap?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move!
Did they set me up?
I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door?
We're like buddies now.
Open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
I'm just
Is it far,
mister.
this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
The Strange High House.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
You're talking about Winchester?
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, If you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I have one more.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
You stay here and keep an eye on things.
Okay. But don't get the impression that I'll leave you alone inside the mansion.
I just don't trust you. What does all this lead to?
Jeepers! Poe's prophetic raven. Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
I thought it had a circle so I could grab it.
Poor kid. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
Clearly somebody who didn't like him.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
Okay, there was the other direction. Just gotta know what this leads to. I don't want to leave any stone unturned. Some sweet furniture. Complete waste of my time. Okay, so can't be that door.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe, and let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
Ouch.
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
This guy's creepy. Why did the cops show up?
Pierce, shall we enter?
I thought you weren't coming with me.
Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm coming with you. There's no way I'll leave you alone in there without a watchful eye.
What do you think I'm gonna do? Steal stuff? I'm gonna steal some vases and some lamps. Some burned up books. Some chair covers.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Hey, there are vermin.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins.
Gross.
What does this tell me?
I don't know, but what the hell was it?
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Is that a fish? Ugh, I would not eat any part of that thing.
The boy was probably here. smashed his plate on the floor.
It's a little troublemaker, huh?
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched?
Because it's gross.
Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
You mind if I grab a bite?
Let's see if I
Silas
can
managed
find
to bring the
something the
fire
cops
under
missed.
control, but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Can I close this? You're trapped in here with me, officer. Ooh, a secret. Oh, crouch.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
I don't know, that position felt dirty. I don't like that I was doing that.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why?
If that's her, then who the hell is this lady?
Did it stop at the time of the fire? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did someone escape the fire?
Okay, so there's gotta be something else. Did Santa come down the chimney? No. I can't go out there. Creepy seeing this kid on the floor. Oh.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
And who the hell painted that? Well, I guess she did, but why? It's really
Blood.
Hideous.
This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, What do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I suspect a crime of passion.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
My eye itches and you're still walking.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
Well, that guy's still walking. Can I go up here? No.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Maybe I can bribe one of them with it.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
I feel like I need to go back now. I forgot that I had this. Because there was that thing on that doorknob. Wait for me. That's all that was about? I couldn't see a doorknob.
This door is locked.
Chow, officer.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
The human body, a comparative analysis. I have 5 available? I'm not aware of that.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Oh, I guess that runs out, huh?
There's something disturbing about this painting. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Why am I collecting these?
There's something disturbing about this painting. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Okay, dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully, yours, Anton Wellard. Whoever that is. Can't believe this cop's letting me look up here. It's a
The
kid's
boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
I made forts when I was little, and because of threats, it's just fun.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Well, those are creepy pictures. Why aren't we looking at that?
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Okay, here we go.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
All those pictures are gone.
What will her room reveal about her?
That she liked to be in the dark.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Barbiturates. They act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that I know something. Wish I could add light to this room. It's so dark. It's hard to find my way around.
Perfect.
Well, that's not good.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Oh, she made some really good money for back then. Of course, that one got returned.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it?
A freaking dog jumped off my bed, scared the crap out of me.
Locked.
You can't pick that lock, huh? Okay, so what's hidden here? Or is it out here?
Bradley? Is that you?
Oh, maybe it's here.
Is anyone there?
You! Stop!
Really?
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
Oh, these don't last forever, huh?
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? It looks like an old Seaway map.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Yeah, like having no clue what the mechanism is.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Buried treasure.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Give it like a number or something, right? I'm never gonna get that.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Seems like this came from a log.
Oh, here we go. You know, there's a lot of coordinates on there. 33 north, 53 west.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Why does it skip 50? There's like 230s here.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
I'm going back where I was. Damn, I jumped over that thing.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Where exactly is the office? This looks a lot different than when I saw it originally. Is this the office?
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Okay, Dr. Thomas Fuller, Riverside Institute, Darkwater, Massachusetts. 75 milligrams of amber sodium to be taken every 4 to 6 hours as required. If attacks become too violent, add 25 milligrams of that thing up to 3 times a day. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during the period of treatment.
That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent?
It's what they're making it sound like. Was it true, though? He's still staying in here.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
If you're gonna make a booby trap thing like that, you should at least, you know, make it so it doesn't do that.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Why did I take them, though?
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Okay, Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these hungry beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Darkwater, we have beaten the Orpheus. Returned with empty holds. The Scylla and the Hamiltons are only memories.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
$42 north, 70 west. I'm not really sure how to use this thing. Okay, so north.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
47 north, 55 west.
Doesn't work. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
49 north, 61 west.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
57 north, 51 west.
Doesn't work. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
33 north, 53 west. I already forgot what the number was.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
33 north, 53 west.
Looks like it worked.
Figures it's the last one.
Well done, Pierce.
Ooh, chapter 4.
Secret passage under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already got...
Okay, I am going to call it for the day. Well, the night. I always forget that. I'll be back tomorrow with more Call of Cthulhu. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.